Hey Sagittarius, I just did a reading for you, and honestly what came through is something I need to share right away. The energy around this massive shift that's beginning for you right now is actually real, and I can see why the universe wanted me to pull cards on this specific topic today. So I shuffled the deck with your sign in mind, and the first card that came up is Justice. And you know what this tells me immediately. This isn't just about change happening randomly. This is about divine timing finally catching up with your life. Justice is that card that shows up when the universe has been keeping score and now it's time for everything to balance out in your favor. I'm talking about situations where you've been waiting and wondering if your efforts even matter. Well, they do, and this card is literally the cosmic receipt showing that your patience and integrity are about to pay off in ways you haven't even imagined yet. What I find really interesting about Justice appearing first is that it sets the tone for everything else. This massive shift isn't chaotic or unpredictable. It's calculated and fair and honestly overdue. You've probably felt like you've been playing by the rules while watching others cut corners and get ahead. But Justice doesn't forget, and right now the scales are tipping heavily in your direction. The universe has been building up this reward, and it's substantial because you've earned it through genuine effort, not shortcuts. The second card I pulled is Knight of Pentacles, and okay, this is where things get practical and tangible. After Justice shows up promising this karmic reward, the Knight of Pentacles is literally the delivery mechanism. This knight is steady, reliable, and he always completes his mission. He's not flashy, but he's the one you want carrying something valuable because he will get it to you no matter what. So whatever this milestone reward is, and we're going to see more details as we go through the cards, it's coming to you through steady, persistent progress. Not overnight lottery win energy, but something solid that you can actually build a future on. What I love about this combination is that it shows you won't have to chase this reward down. The Knight of Pentacles comes to you. He's on his way right now, moving at a pace that might feel slow, but it's actually the perfect speed for something this important to manifest properly. You know how sometimes good things fall apart because they happen too fast. That's not the case here. This shift is being constructed with intention, and every piece is falling into place exactly when it needs to. Now the third card is Knight of Swords, and this is where the energy shifts dramatically. If Knight of Pentacles is the steady builder, then Knight of Swords is the rapid breakthrough. This tells me that while the foundation of your reward is being built steadily, there's going to be a moment of sudden clarity or swift action that accelerates everything. Knight of Swords cuts through confusion and obstacles like they're nothing. He's pure mental energy and decisive action. So you might find yourself suddenly knowing exactly what to do or receiving information that changes the entire game for you. I think what's happening here is that you've been patient and you've been building, but there's been some fog around when things would actually click into place. Knight of Swords is that fog-lifting moment. It's when you suddenly see the full picture and you can move forward with total confidence. This could manifest as a conversation that opens doors or a realization that helps you take action you've been hesitating on. Either way, the message is clear. Your mind is about to become your greatest asset in claiming this reward. The fourth card that came through is Four of Wands, and oh, this is beautiful because Four of Wands is literally the celebration card. It's about stability, achievement, and having something solid to celebrate. This is the milestone the cards are talking about. Four of Wands appears when you've reached a significant checkpoint in your journey, and it's time to acknowledge how far you've come. This isn't just about reaching a goal, though. It's about establishing a new foundation that everything else can be built upon. What strikes me about Four of Wands in this position is that it represents both the reward itself and the platform for future growth. Think of it like reaching base camp on a mountain. Yes, you've climbed significantly, and yes, you should celebrate, but you're also now positioned to reach even higher peaks. The massive shift that's beginning isn't just a one-time event. It's the start of a whole new chapter where you're operating from a place of greater stability and recognition. People are going to see you differently because you'll be standing in a completely different energetic space. Okay, so the fifth card is Ace of Wands, and now we're talking about new beginnings in a major way. After Four of Wands shows the celebration and stability, Ace of Wands is the spark of what comes next. This is pure creative potential and passionate new starts. The Ace is always the seed of its suit, and Wands is all about inspiration, action, and willpower. So this massive shift isn't just bringing you to a stable place and leaving you there. It's igniting something entirely new within you. I'm seeing this as the reward itself, containing the seeds of your next adventure. Like maybe you achieve a career milestone, and that success opens up opportunities you couldn't have accessed before. Or you reach a personal goal and suddenly you're inspired to pursue something you've been dreaming about but didn't think was possible yet. The Ace of Wands is pure potential energy, and it's being handed to you as part of this shift. The universe is basically saying, here's your reward and here's the fire to fuel your next level of growth. What I find powerful about this card in your reading is that it suggests you won't plateau after reaching this milestone. Some people achieve something big and then rest for years. Not you, Sagittarius. This ace is going to keep you excited and moving forward. You're going to feel more alive and inspired than you have in a long time. And that energy is going to attract even more opportunities to you. The sixth card is Nine of Pentacles. And honestly, this might be my favorite card in your entire reading. Nine of Pentacles is the card of self-sufficiency, abundance, and enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is that energy of standing in your garden that you cultivated yourself and feeling deeply satisfied with what you've created. This massive shift is bringing you to a place of genuine independence and prosperity. Not just financial, though that's certainly part of it, but emotional and spiritual abundance too. What Nine of Pentacles tells me is that this milestone reward is going to give you a level of freedom you haven't experienced before. Freedom to choose what you want to do without being constrained by circumstances. Freedom to invest in yourself and your dreams. Freedom to enjoy your life without constant stress about survival. This is earned abundance, Sagittarius. You didn't inherit this or get lucky. You built this through consistent effort and smart choices. And now you get to live in the results of that work. I also see Nine of Pentacles as a sign that you're going to feel really good about yourself during this shift. There's a quiet confidence that comes with this card. You don't need external validation because you know what you've accomplished. You don't need to prove anything to anyone because your results speak for themselves. This is such a mature and satisfying energy, and it's coming into your life now as part of this major transition. The seventh card is Five of Wands. And okay, this might seem like odd energy after all those positive cards, but hear me out. Five of Wands represents competition, challenge, and having to assert yourself. In the context of this reading, I think it's showing that this massive shift might stir up some chaos in your environment. When you start rising and claiming your rewards, not everyone is going to be happy about it. Some people might challenge you or create conflict because your success makes them uncomfortable. But here's the thing about Five of Wands. It's not dangerous conflict. It's more like the friction that happens when you're breaking through to a new level. Think of it as growing pains or the resistance you feel when you're pushing against old limits. The card is actually telling you to expect some pushback and to not let it derail you. You might have to defend your choices or stand your ground when others question your path. That's all part of the shift. What I like about Five of Wands appearing here is that it's preparing you mentally. You're not going to be blindsided by conflict or competition. You'll see it coming and you'll handle it with confidence because you know you've earned your place. This card also suggests that working through these challenges is actually part of claiming your reward. It's like the universe testing to make sure you're really ready for this next level. The eighth card is Three of Wands, and this brings such an expansive, hopeful energy. Three of Wands is about looking toward the horizon, planning for the future, and waiting for your ships to come in. After the challenges of Five of Wands, this card shows you standing at a vantage point, surveying all the possibilities ahead of you. The massive shift has elevated your perspective, and now you can see opportunities and pathways that were invisible to you before. I think Three of Wands is showing that part of this milestone reward is gaining vision. Not just achieving something concrete, but developing the ability to see further and plan bigger. You're going to find yourself thinking in longer timelines and larger scales. Ideas that seemed too ambitious before will suddenly feel achievable. Connections and resources that you need will start appearing because you're now operating at a frequency that attracts them. What really strikes me about this card is the sense of anticipation. You've done the work, you've sent your ships out into the world, and now you're in that magical space of waiting for returns while also knowing they're coming. There's confidence here. You're not worried or desperate. You're calmly excited because you trust the process and you trust yourself. That's the energy shift the cards are describing. You're moving from uncertainty to trust, from hoping to knowing. The ninth card that came through is Two of Cups, and okay, this is interesting because Two of Cups is typically about partnership, connection, and mutual respect. In the context of a reading about massive shifts and milestone rewards, this suggests that relationships play a key role in what's unfolding. This could mean that the reward itself involves a significant partnership, whether that's business or personal. Or it could mean that as you're going through this shift, you're going to form connections with people who truly get you and want to support your growth. What I find beautiful about Two of Cups is that it represents balanced, reciprocal relationships. You're not going to be carrying all the weight anymore. You're going to find your people or your person who meets you at your level and contributes equally. This is huge, Sagittarius, because I think part of your journey has involved doing a lot on your own and maybe feeling like you couldn't rely on others. That's changing now. This massive shift includes opening up to meaningful collaboration and support. Two of Cups also speaks to emotional fulfillment and harmony. Whatever this milestone is, it's not just about external achievement. It's bringing you internal peace and satisfaction. Your relationships are going to reflect the growth you've done, and you're going to attract people who appreciate the real you, not just what you can do for them. That's the kind of shift that changes everything, because when you're surrounded by genuine support, you can accomplish so much more. The 10th and final card is Three of Swords, and I know this might seem concerning, but stay with me because in this context it's actually really important. Three of Swords represents heartbreak, truth, and painful realizations. In your reading, I see this as showing that part of this massive shift involves releasing something or someone that's been causing you pain. You can't step fully into this new abundant phase while still carrying old wounds or maintaining connections that drain you. What Three of Swords tells me is that this transition might require you to face some difficult truths. Maybe about a relationship that isn't serving you anymore, or about patterns you've been repeating that need to end. It's not fun, but it's necessary. Think of it as the final shedding before the breakthrough. You're clearing out the last bits of what doesn't belong in your new reality so you can fully embrace what's coming. I also see Three of Swords as validation of pain you've already experienced. The universe acknowledges that you've been through heartbreak and disappointment. That's actually part of why this reward is so significant. You've earned it through surviving difficult times and choosing to keep going anyway. The massive shift that's beginning now is partially about healing from those past hurts and proving to yourself that better really is possible. So looking at all 10 cards together, the story is really clear, Sagittarius. Justice started this reading by confirming that you have a cosmic reward coming that you've genuinely earned. Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Swords show that it's arriving through both steady building and sudden breakthroughs. Four of Wands marks the milestone itself as a foundation you can celebrate and build upon. Ace of Wands brings fresh inspiration and new beginnings that come with the reward. Nine of Pentacles shows you enjoying independence and self-sufficiency in a way you haven't before. Then Five of Wands warns you might face some resistance or competition, but you're ready for it. Three of Wands elevates your vision and helps you see all the future possibilities opening up. Two of Cups brings meaningful connections and partnerships that support your growth. And Three of Swords acknowledges the necessary release and healing that's part of stepping into this new chapter. This massive shift isn't just one thing happening. It's a complete energetic upgrade that touches every area of your life. The milestone reward the cards keep pointing to is both tangible and intangible. Yes, there's likely something concrete coming, like a promotion or financial gain or achievement you can point to. But there's also this internal shift where you step into your power and confidence in a whole new way. What I keep feeling as I look at these cards is that you've been preparing for this without even realizing it. All the hard times and lessons and growth you've gone through have been building toward this moment. The universe doesn't give massive rewards to people who aren't ready to handle them, and Sagittarius, you are so ready. You've developed the wisdom, the strength, and the maturity to not just receive this blessing but to multiply it. The timing of this shift is divine. It's happening now because now is when you can fully appreciate it and use it wisely. A year ago you might not have been ready. A year from now might have been too late for certain opportunities. But right now, in this present moment, everything is aligned for you to step through this doorway into a completely different level of living. I want you to pay attention over these next few weeks to signs and synchronicities. The universe is going to confirm this shift is happening through repeated messages and opportunities that appear in your path. Don't dismiss coincidences. Don't ignore gut feelings. Your intuition is heightened right now and it's guiding you toward claiming everything that's meant for you. One thing I want to emphasize based on these cards is that you don't have to force anything. The shift is already in motion. Your job is to stay open, stay aligned with your truth, and take action when opportunities present themselves. Knight of Pentacles reminds us that steady, consistent effort matters more than dramatic gestures. Keep doing what you know is right and trust that the bigger picture is unfolding perfectly. Also remember that releasing what no longer serves you is just as important as welcoming what's new. Three of Swords at the end of this reading isn't there to scare you. It's there to remind you that letting go is part of growth. You can't hold onto everything from your past and still move into your future. Whatever needs to fall away will, and it's making space for something so much better. I think what makes this reading especially powerful is the balance between action cards and reward cards. You're not being asked to just sit back and wait for good things to happen. You're being asked to participate in your own transformation. Take the inspired action that Ace of Wands is urging you toward. Embrace the partnerships that Two of Cups is bringing. Stand your ground when Five of Wands brings challenges. This is a collaborative process between you and the universe. The milestone reward isn't just about reaching a destination. It's about who you become in the process of getting there. Nine of Pentacles shows you standing in your power, completely self-sufficient and confident. That version of you is emerging right now. Every choice you make, every boundary you set, every dream you pursue is helping that empowered self take shape. I'm really excited for you, Sagittarius. Because this energy is big, this isn't a minor adjustment or small improvement. This is a fundamental shift in how you experience life and what you believe is possible for yourself. The cards are so supportive and encouraging. Even the challenging ones like Five of Wands and Three of Swords are ultimately there to help you grow stronger and clearer about what you want. As we wrap up, I want you to take a moment to acknowledge yourself. Seriously, you've come so far and you've overcome so much to get to this point. Justice appearing first wasn't random. It's the universe's way of saying we see you, we see your efforts, and we're about to show you that none of it was in vain. Every late night, every sacrifice, every moment you chose growth over comfort has contributed to this massive shift that's beginning now. Trust the process, Sagittarius. Trust yourself. Trust that what's meant for you will find you and what's not meant for you will fall away without resistance. This is your time to shine, to rise, to claim everything you've been building toward. The massive shift has begun, and the milestone reward is on its way to you right now.